I don't remember what that was.
Prestige worldwide. Wide. Prestige worldwide. Wide. Oh, did you see the photo yet?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh, we're on the airfield. See, he can't. We're here by ourselves for 2 seconds, and then he's yelling at us because we're live.
He gets so nervous, rightfully so.
He leaves the room and he yells at us, lets us know that we're live. We're live. Don't do anything stupid. Hey. I can't say it.
We're live.
I went to. There's your fourth.
Huh?
There's your fourth.
All right, audio level looks to be okay. Good deal.
I can't handle that kind of pressure. God, I'm looking thin. Jeez.
God, what are you down, 32 pounds?
Down 48 pounds. Okay. Are we going to start on our picks the bottom and go up? Or are we going to start with Mcalester Dell City and go down on our picks?
We always start from the bottom up. Yeah, this will be the last one we do.
So bottom up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just now getting them done, Phil?
Well, yeah, I've been busy.
All right, one more button, I think. I can never remember the on-off. I can't remember which one. Hey, there it is. All right, everybody, let me, if anybody's watching on the Facebook page, would you mind commenting? Not only now, but throughout the show as well. That'd be awesome. And then I'm going to pull up our YouTube feed. Make sure we're good there. And we're going to get started. Second banana mini. It's cold in here.
You got a comment on there?
Cody Knox watching on YouTube. Thank you.
Okay, we got to turn the heat up.
I don't got a comment on my deal yet here, but that doesn't mean anything. All right, we're going to get started here in about 30 seconds-ish.
It was at 74.
I didn't set that.
I did.
You did?
It's not that cold. 74 is warm.
Here 74 in here is like 64 in the rest of the world.
I normally have it on like 72.
Jeez. It's a real problem. The longer I'm with Chris, the more
Everywhere I go, I'm cold. I was freezing at lunch today.
It's been like that
did you have a good lunch?
since you're born.
Great lunch.
Couldn't make it. Well, I couldn't make it today. I had other commitments.
Let's go do Ruffers. Who made that comment? Yeah.
Hey, we got a comment.
I like that. Smart guy.
Smart guy. Smart aleck.
Even though I'm just being too overcompetitive, I guess.
3. One more thing, and we're going to get started.
What show's this one we're doing?
Can we get some more banana pudding? Banana Janet, if I hired her to make me banana pudding, would she do it?
She would not take your money, but yes, she would do it for you.
If I left it on the table, she'd have to take it.
You going to hit that volume?
I thought I already did.
Rookie.
You know what? You got kids coming at me?
Well, he was gone last week, Chris. He's kind of forgot.
That's true. All right, let's get it started. Hit this button. Hello and welcome to the High School Huddle, Week 5 of the Oklahoma High School football season. Along Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you, getting set for another week of high school football. There are some marquee matchups games on Thursday, games on Friday. We're going to talk about them all. We'll talk about some of the games last week as well. There were some tremendous games. We had a bye week. We were off last week, and so we got to watch a lot of football games. We're going to discuss those. Here in a little bit, we'll have our high school huddle rankings, A through 6A, and we'll have our individual rankings as well, and all that good stuff. So look forward to it, and you can catch us a couple ways. You can catch us on Guthrie News Page Facebook. You can also check us out on Second Banana Media. It's on YouTube, and just search the High School Huddle. You'll find us. But Second Banana Media, it's our podcast network. High School Huddle, one of several podcasts on that platform. But Second Banana Media, or search the High School Huddle, you will find us. And also, we are on every podcast platform there is, from Google to Spotify to Apple, all of them. Check us out, High School Huddle. If you want to listen to other shows, they're all archived on there. All of our other shows are also archived on YouTube. So a lot of ways to find us here on the High School Huddle. And as you see on our screen, for our video audience, we are presented by our good friends at Generations Church. Love God, love people, serve both well. Pastor Seabolt and the crew out there do a fantastic job. 2524 West Noble Avenue in Guthrie. GenerationsGuthrie.com is the website, and we appreciate them, as well as all of our great sponsors on the show. Guys, we always like to have a discussion deal, and the thing I was able to come up discuss here with you, and I thought Bill Hastings did a great job in the Tulsa World. I'm not sure when he wrote this article, but I thought he did a really good job. But last week, guys, Stillwater beats U.S. Grant 85-0. And there was nothing at Stillwater. I mean, Stillwater.
Malicious.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. I mean, Coach Barnard said that there was a fumble, and they picked it up where they're supposed to fall down, go out of bounds. Right. A lot of kids had never scored a touchdown before. They got the experience. So Stillwater, 85-0. That's probably the low. And we've seen some games in the past where, it happens. It happens. But Bill had brought up, what about schools like U.S. Grant and some of these other Oklahoma City, Tulsa schools, and not just Oklahoma City, Tulsa schools, there's some other out there as well. Maybe they have their own league. We've seen Western Heights go independent. We've seen Guyman go independent. And not only Bill saying maybe they all play together where you can schedule competitive games. Stillwater U.S. Grant is not going to be competitive.
Never.
And I don't know if it'll ever be again competitive. But what happens if you combine those schools who decide on their own? If U.S. Grant wants to play in a district with everybody else, then that's their choosing. But Bill went a step further and said if they even want to compete for a championship, I don't know what you would call it. I don't know what you would call it. But
like Cassidy and some of these schools in the years past, they had their own independent thing. And, we got to do something. And I guess maybe it's my old age, but the first thing you got to do, protect those kids in those schools.
Yeah.
They want to compete. They want to play the sport. If you're getting beat 85-0, there is nothing good that comes out of that for either side.
Side.
I mean, the poor Stillwater kids, they're not enjoying that.
That game started at 7 o'clock. It was over at 8:35.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and listen, it's not anybody's fault.
Nope.
I mean, that's the thing, too. It's not OSSA's fault. But the truth is, they're just trying to find bodies to put on a field, and you start playing these really good teams like your Stillwater, which we'll talk about them in the ranking here in a little bit. But you run a real risk of getting somebody hurt. I mean, you really do. I mean, it's a bad situation, and honestly, a game like that, Stillwater could have beat them probably 130-0.
Yeah.
So and when games are out of control like that, and it's because there's just huge. We saw this where we live here in Guthrie, Oklahoma, back in the 07 season, Chris, where it'd be halftime and we'd be winning 60-something-0. And the coaches weren't obviously game planning. They were talking about how do we keep the score from scoring again.
Yeah.
Because it was, no coach wants to beat somebody 80-something-0. I mean,
and that's with the continuous clock, too, in the second half.
Yeah, that's with the continuous clock.
Stillwater had 25 offensive plays.
Well, let me ask you this. If they're going to do that, should they put the mercy rule in effect in all class of ball?
I think the mercy rule is the running clock. Because it also, there's for example, the Stillwater game, there's a lot of kids that hadn't played a lot of varsity games that got to play there, although it was a very short amount of time. At least they got in. So I think the running clock
serves that purpose.
Serves that purpose, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. I just think there's, and of course in smaller ball, let's say the 8-man where you see the mercy rule, most of the kids that are out are playing.
Yeah.
So you don't have that situation you have to deal with. So that's a good point. But there's got to be something done, because you got to protect the kids, and you also want to create as much of a competitive scenario as you can for these kids to be able to compete and have that experience and feel what it's like to be in a competitive event, right? I mean, it's no fun to go out there and get your brains kicked.
And that's what Guyman and Western Heights, and we'll use Guyman because we're familiar with Guyman playing in 5A District 2. I mean, Guthrough, Piedmont, McGinnis, Carl Albert, I mean, every single time. And but Bill, in his column, said, here's his idea. There would be the OSSA sanctioned creation of the city conference for football. Membership would be voluntary. Schools that have so few players and resources but want to enjoy football experience for their athletes, they could join the city conference. There wouldn't be a pursuit of a state title. Instead, those schools would compete for their conference championship. Those champions would get rings just like the Bixby, Jinx, Holland Hall kids receive state rings if they ever want to do that.
I would stop short of the ring.
I
mean, you got me all the way up to that, but I think there's too much of this rewarding for everybody that does something. I understand his heart and his intent for that. I get it. Maybe do a medal or do, I mean, you could do something, a trophy, a team trophy, but I think there's just, I like everything he said until that part. Yeah. I think that's really good.
Yeah, no, they need to have something to where, like you said earlier, to just protect the kids or whatever. But there shouldn't be any kind of championship, in my opinion, like especially not rings or anything like that.
I'd be okay with doing a championship, Ronnie, if they did like a cup, like a team award.
Yeah.
You're the city conference.
Get like a trophy, like one of those big 6-foot trophies you get, at the end of a season or whatever.
Well, but back when I was playing ball, when we wore leather helmets, there was no rings.
Yeah.
If somebody was given a ring, it was a promise ring to Susie.
PG.
You never met
Make
Susie.
it more. It should be more like an intramural football league at like a college or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd want it to be something where the kids didn't feel like it was I don't want the kids to feel like people are pitying them. I would want to keep it as much normal and just call it the Urban League Championship or or whatever, how you wanted to do it, and just do like you could do. Because back when we did it, if you won a state title, you got a little medal. Yeah, they'd give you a little medal. Yeah. Everybody had that that they could display. But
I'm just saying, and it's not just Oklahoma City schools and Tulsa public schools. I'm talking like U.S. Grant would play Guyman, and the U.S. Grant and Capitol Hill are going, man, if we want to beat Guyman, we got to get, you have those goals.
Still strategize throughout the week.
Yeah, and they're playing week to week where, you just kind of. And give them full credit. We said this many times. Give those kids full credit because they know they might win one game
coming in,
but they keep going into practice every day.
They
go to games every day.
They do
everything. And so I just like the idea of them, and they still might only win 2 or 3 games, but if there's an X team like a Guyman or Western Heights that's better than everybody, that's, hey, if we want to beat Guyman, we got to get better and better.
And that's the whole thing. I think it creates a competitive environment.
Yeah.
And then who knows? Maybe U.S. Grant in 8 years is playing in
Western Heights, like a lot of those kids never won a football game until, was it this season? So, I mean,
crazy. So
just to even win a game, even if you only win 1 or 2, that's an accomplishment for those kids.
I would just like to see us do something, just to put a bow on this, Chris, if you guys want to move forward, but protect the kids, first of all, because that is an unsafe situation. You got Division I cats running around in college, all kinds of D1, D2, D3 kids on these teams with Stillwater, some of the bigger schools.
And kids still want to play a good hit on somebody.
Yes.
And they're still looking out there to hit somebody.
You can't fault them.
You cannot.
They need to go out and compete, but boy, it would be kind of cool to have like that Urban Cup or the Urban Championship or something.
Yeah.
Where, whatever. You could come up with that. People smarter than me could come up with that. But something to recognize their competitiveness throughout the year and give them something to play for.
Tulsa Memorial, Nathan Hale, they're winless on the season. What happens if the city conference or the state conference championship was between Tulsa Memorial and U.S. Grant? I mean, they would have their game.
Yeah.
There would be reporters there.
Yeah.
It would be streamed, and
It'd
they would
be
get all
awesome.
the attention.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And so you turn a negative, what's absolutely, I think everybody would agree right now is a negative, into something that could be a positive experience for the kids. And it takes the pressure off the kids that are with programs that have had more success. It takes the pressure off of them too. You know, I don't care what anybody says. Jeff Chappell told me one time, I said, I never played for a team that was 0 for 10 or 0 for whatever in football. And he goes, I have, and it's no fun.
No.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's just nothing about it that's good.
Yeah.
It's just nothing about it's good. But I think that's a great article. I think it's good thoughts.
Yeah.
It really is.
Again, that Bill Hasty, if you want to check it
Yeah.
out, Tulsa World, he
Good
does
guy.
a great job.
Good
Bill
guy.
does a great job with high school sports. All of them up there do, but I really like Bill's job or work there. All right, guys, moving on. Anything that stood out, the game for you guys stood out? So, of course, we'll have our overall standings here. One of us had a good week. One had a great week. One was like on par. But we can talk about that here.
You would say on par?
Oh, so you guys go 7-3 one week, and then that's
I think it was 7-3.
week one, the first weeks we did.
I'm a cornerback. I have a short memory.
Well, I got them here, and we'll share those here in a little bit.
I would love to talk about at least one game.
Well, go ahead.
Well, Muskogee Roughers and Sand Springs Sandikes.
Okay, I have a different one. So good, perfect.
Yeah, Muskogee jumped up to a 27-0 lead.
And I went, I was thinking, throwing the
First
towel.
of all, I just realized I didn't pick Sandikes to beat Muskogee.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
I had Muskogee in my ranking.
Well, that's because Phil.
Yeah, that was the
It's
game
because
was
they
played
won,
last
so
week.
you have them in their rankings. You didn't have them in the rankings last week.
Sand Springs would have won.
Took a shot at it, didn't work.
So Muskogee goes up 27-0, right?
Like first quarter or something. That?
Oh yeah. And Sand Springs, as we're walking through the state fair, Phil goes 14-27.
Yeah, they kept crawling back.
Then Chris texts me 27-20, waiting on the extra point. They missed the extra point. Oh, 20. That's when they scored 26
You're
to
right.
27. So it got 26-27. I said, "Oh, Muskogee, don't let me down, boys. Don't let me down."
And they pulled away.
They pulled away there in the fourth quarter, and so
They ended up winning
congrats,
40 something to
46 to 27, I believe.
Yeah.
48-26.
48-26. So congratulations to Muskogee.
They gotta go
Last
on.
year they were 2-8. This year they're 4-0, and now they're in the High School Huddle top 5.
They're
or
believing.
Top
They're
5 right now.
believing.
So
They are.
keep your eye on Muskogee for the rest of the season. All right.
Muskogee quarterback Jamarian Ficklin,
He's a sophomore.
16 of 29 passes, 269 yards, six
touchdowns.
touchdowns. As they were, again, 2-8 a year ago. And I looked at the schedule ahead of time, and I think worst case scenario, 7-3. Tahlequah, I don't think. But they do have Stillwater and Booker T left on their schedule.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, 8-2 after 2-8 a year ago.
Oh yeah,
That's outstanding.
They're for real. Like I said, we're gonna find out if they're for real or not. And they showed out.
And I
last
think
week.
it's good seeing some of these schools that have historically struggled over the most recent times. I think it's always good when you see those programs start coming back up, right? Start seeing, like Ada's been down for Ada for quite a while. It'd be nice to see Ada start coming back.
Yeah.
Ardmore, I don't know what's going on in Ardmore.
Well, that's the game I want to talk about, the game that I couldn't turn off. They started 30 minutes later, which was great because all the games were over and we were able to give the full attention, although I was watching the entire time.
What a crazy ending that was.
Ardmore Noble, 60-56. It was 21-21 at halftime.
So Noble's given up like 600 points the last two games, right?
117.
117 points last two games.
We picked Noble.
We picked Noble.
Yeah.
I picked I was so far off. Ardmore.
He always does this.
Loss is a loss, Chris.
It's an L.
So
Go ahead.
a fantastic I wouldn't say a fantastic played game, but a very entertaining game.
Entertaining is a good word.
I was messaging a couple of friends during the game, and like someone scored at the minute 59. I go, they left too much time. There might be one more score. I was like, there's going to be two more scores. And in fact, it ended up being two more scores.
That's
and
funny.
it was a great game between two very good quarterbacks, Cal Swanson of Ardmore, Colin Fisher with Noble.
Yeah.
But Colin Fisher, 18 of 28 passing, 354 yards, 5 touchdowns, and ran for 82 yards and 4 scores. He had 9 touchdowns on the night. And it was just back and forth. And
Jeez.
I went with Ardmore because Ardmore, you can put a case that either team should have won that game. Ardmore had all their opportunities as well. But
Still doing it.
But I went with Ardmore because the Noble defense has been like, hey, go
very,
score. Defense like go score, so our offense going to go back on the field and
Right,
play.
yeah, right.
And Noble, it's all pass.
But when it came down to it, Noble takes the lead, 60-56, with about a minute or so left. Ardmore marches all the way down to the 1 or 2 yard line, and the defense holds out. Say what you want. Defense came through when it came through.
Defense wins titles.
That's right. Fighting Eric Hughes is over there.
They got a long way to go. Defense is there, but
They
got down to the 2 yard line. I was standing up because I was trying to beat these guys,
yelling, "Let's go!"
I could care less who won the game except for the picks. But
and then he texts and says I'm too competitive. But he said, "Let's go!"
And then the camera angle, you can't see what happened.
Well, just for the record, we might have been the only 2 guys walking at the state fair with our phones out, going, okay, flipping over here, okay, flipping over there, checking the score.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Very entertaining game. Yeah,
but, it was. I mean, who's the receiver for Noble?
The really good kid.
Gosh,
Brandon. Is it Brandon Harper?
Was he the one that got hurt last year playing Guthrough?
No, that was the other kid.
Help
me out. But anyway, Ardmore. And I've won 0 games football, and I'll never win a football game. Like, can we get a safety over to help? I mean, poor kids running just a little help over. I mean, maybe they did. Maybe it was at a screen, but he was running. Anyway, that was the very entertaining game for me that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Feel anything on
Lucas
your end?
Oil Field is beautiful.
Yeah, you were in Indy last
night.
Yeah, it was.
It's beautiful to ride off the road. They're off the highway.
Yeah.
My hotel was about 100 yards from Lucas Oil Field. And
there's a minor league ballpark downtown as well.
Oh, I didn't see that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I spent Thursday at the University of Butler University's campus, and got to meet Blue the Fourth, the mascot.
The mascot, yeah. The bulldog.
Absolutely sweetest, coolest looking bulldog I've ever seen in my life. We have the same profile, Ronnie. Me and Blue.
Jowls.
Yeah. No nose. Snorts a lot. Chews loudly with gum and food. Eats all the time. I won't even talk about the other bad habit. I won't even talk about that. But it was fun. It was what I did realize, because I heard a couple guys talking about Indiana high school football games were coming up. You could tell there were a couple guys that had kids playing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what state you're in; people are pretty committed to their high school football.
No doubt.
It was cool to hear them. They were sitting at a table just not too far from them. We're talking about, well, yeah, I think Indy can beat. I'm going to make up Muncie. I think that Muncie's got that kid. It's just it's fun. It's just fun to hear.
Indy can beat Fishers. Fishers, Indiana. Yeah.
Okay.
But are you going to talk about? Are we going to do anything about the biggest? Like, I can't believe they lost upset of the week.
Yeah, we can do that next segment. Absolutely.
Perfect.
And there's going to be some other. Okay, awesome. We'll definitely get to that. And also, we'll get to some of the other great games. Class 3A, the powerhouses, Lincoln Christian Verdigris, had some close games. We'll talk about that. We still got breaking news. I don't have my Bixby got the 53 win streak.
Oh, it's a shocker.
Yeah. They're up to 53 now.
Who'd they run roll last week?
They run roll
Norman
North.
Norman North.
Yeah.
I got that correct. I said 88-8. It was 63-7.
Yeah, you're close.
Pretty close.
One of us have them ranked appropriately.
Yeah. Will they crack the new High School Huddle rankings as the number 1 team? We have compiled our list.
There's a controversy.
We will now have High School Huddle rankings. We'll have our individual rankings. We'll also have our High School Huddle rankings. But we'll also have scores for this week's games. And there's going to be some good ones as we'll have our top 10 picks here in a little bit. We got a great show that's still ahead of you. We got to take our opening time out here. This is the High School Huddle presented by Generations Church.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world.
Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time?
100% tenderloin, that's where the golden tenders come from.
Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing. Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky.
Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy.
One taste, and you're golden.
He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle, presented by Generations Church.
Welcome back. High School Huddle Wednesday night. We're here every Wednesday night around 6 o'clock-ish. And the good thing this year is we can go to however long we want to go this season. So we appreciate everyone tuning us in on Second Banana Media YouTube, as well as on Guthrie News Page Facebook. We do have a High School Huddle Facebook page, and eventually that stream will be there. But right now, we're just trying to build those up. But if you can do us a huge favor, go to Second Banana Media, subscribe, like, and you can find not only this show, but a whole bunch of other different podcasts as well. Here, as we get set for week 5 of the high school football season, Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. Still to look at back some of the games from last week in Class 3A, there were some scares for the number 1 and number 2 teams in that class. Lincoln Christian, 14 points is surprising, but they beat Berry Hill 14-7, and most of us have them as the number 1 team in 3A with a scare. Berry Hill, a top 10 team, close to the top 5 rankings, very good ball club. And then a late victory for Verdigris over Tulsa Central, 35-32. Just the first loss for Tulsa Central this year, but number 1 and number 2 survive in 3A football.
Go ahead, Ron.
I was just going to say real fast that, those championship caliber teams like those 2 programs right there we just mentioned, coaches obviously weren't happy with the performance, but the coaches are also happy that it might have happened, because that way they can tell their kids, hey, look, we got a long way to go, so this stuff we need to work on. So it's a good thing and a bad thing for those kinds of teams, but I think, as a coach, it gives you something to work on this week and kind of gives them a little more, the kids themselves a little more, okay, we got to play good every week now.
Yeah, to your point, there's always, exactly to your point, I can hear what the coach says. Y'all believe in everything everybody's saying about you. Y'all believe in that you can do this, and you can come strolling in here. I mean, you can just hear what they're saying, and I think, Coach, as long as you get a W, I'm not saying they love it, but it does give them an opportunity to coach up. It's
a great opportunity for coaching
back in. So, it's good.
Cassia Hall wins 21-14 over Holland Hall. Holland Hall remains winless on the year. I mean, you're talking about two-time defending state champions. Now,
not this year.
One of their top offensive players goes to Booker T. Of course, Booker T loses players to Bixby and Union. And they're like,
Portal is alive and well in the Tulsa area.
The 918 is active, but Holland Hall still winless on the season.
Which
they still might be a playoff team.
Which is surprising.
Yeah.
Because, those kind of programs typically reload. And I don't think any of us expected them to, be where they were the last 2 years. They just graduated, and like you said, they had some kids move and transfer, but a perennial powerhouse typically, but not this year.
Yeah, here's some notes here on that Verdigris game over Tulsa Central. Of course, district play started last week for almost everybody. Verdigris led 28-0 at one point. Central fought back, made it interesting. Verdigris tailback Mason Mitic finished with 228 yards and a touchdown on the ground. So Verdigris survives. A very good Tulsa Central Ball Club.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they're definitely are going to compete, and they'll win a lot more games, I think, this year. I mean, they're going to see them. Now, do you think they're a playoff team?
I think they can get there.
Yeah.
I think they can get there.
Yeah.
All in all, that is.
Yeah.
Ronnie, any surprising?
Yeah, I think everybody's surprised. Top 5 team Crossings Christians goes over to Luther and absolutely get pushed around, like Phil just said, losing 27-0, not even scoring a point, 27-0. Luther quarterback Brody Becker passed for over 150 yards, threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for another. Colt McCaslin, 2 interceptions on defense. So again, Luther Lions made a huge statement against Crossings, coming in and taking them out 27-0.
Good for them. The old movies, you all see the Knights and the Lions. Yeah. Usually the Knights usually won those. But not Friday night.
Depends on the lion in the fight.
Yep.
River Faulkner, Heritage Hall, returned after his 3-game suspension, and I think he took his frustration out in the victory. But 4 touchdowns for the running back / linebacker. So Heritage Hall is much better ball club with him on the team.
Is he their best player, would you say?
He's up there.
He's up there. Yeah, definitely.
He had 3 rushing touchdowns and returned an interception for 50 yards. So
he definitely got some frustration out.
He was definitely happy to be back on the field, I'm sure.
Took it to the
hopefully he learned a lesson.
Yeah. Good. Took it to the Lone Grove Longhorns in that one. So Del City. Well, I think we're going to talk about Del City a little bit later on here in a little bit. They got a big game this week with Mcalester.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hadn't
heard.
We'll be at that game.
Hadn't heard.
I'll be interested in what your pick is. The All-American Sunshine Boy.
Well, he's the best player in 5A.
Yeah. So the best player probably leads into a team victory, right?
Yeah, unless the other team has multiple Division I commits.
Yeah, they do. I will be interested to see how Phil picks that game. That is the game of the week. We'll talk. That's no secret. That we'll be picking that here in a little bit. I think Ponca City played well. I was watching that game as well with Deer Creek. They hung tough. I mean, Deer Creek wins 37-21.
That quarterback didn't have a very good night for Deer Creek, did he?
Yeah, Grady Addison, 397 yards, 4 touchdowns. Deer Creek.
Now, you said early in the year, I think when we were doing the first show,
Week 0,
you said that sophomore quarterback over is a D1 type kid. He's the kid that can develop in that, and I think his numbers so far have made you a truth teller, Christopher Evans.
Yeah. How about Shaker Reisig, another good quarterback, 15-22, 206, 2 touchdowns. DJ McKinney, 22 rushings for 116 as Union takes it to Owasso, 35-17.
Where does he end up? What caliber of school does he end up at?
I don't know. He's just a sophomore.
A sophomore, a lot of time,
yeah.
When I see him, who he reminds me of? Gunnar Gundy. Kind of the same, started early, real competitive guy. You look at Gunnar now, you can tell he's worked hard the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, man, he's a physical
I
specimen.
want to go see Grady Adamson play because I want to see his physique, how tall he is, how he throws the ball, how good he spins it. So he's a kid that I want to definitely keep an eye on for the next, rest of this season, next 2 seasons, because he's everything that I've heard so far.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him. Hopefully, he might make it to state championship this year. We'll get to call that one and see that.
Class A football, Crescent undefeated. They take down Watauga 48-15.
Who now?
The Tigers.
Crescent Tigers. Come on.
If you talk about Crescent, you got to go down Highway 74 and talk about the Cashion Wildcats, because that's what we do when we talk Cashion all the time. We talk Crescent, but Cashion goes down to Minko 27-8, cashing just one victory on the season.
Yeah, it's all about the Jimmies and Joes.
Yeah.
And
they lost a lot of them last year.
They lost a lot of them. It's not that they don't have good kids on their team or competitive kids. We know many of those cashing kids that are over there, and they're competing and they're doing it, and that's tough when you're representing cashing has become a mainstay, obviously, in A-ball football, but in Class A football, but you can kind of see that coming after last year. You do the head count and see who was coming back and who was where, and it's hard. But cashing, well, they'll be back. But right now, I think it's going to be a rough year for the kids.
I buried the lead a little bit. It was on my first one. I forgot to turn my page over. Edmond Memorial, the Bulldogs.
Come on.
Yeah.
City champs.
Yeah.
I kind of predicted this.
All three of us picked Edmond Santa Fe, for the record. That was your only loss last week.
I'm talking about the fact how Edmond Memorial is now a football school. Do you remember?
Move over baseball.
Do you remember?
Move over basketball.
Do you remember?
Santa Fe is the baseball school now.
Do you remember about 6 years ago when I said I had a whole diagram and I said this is Edmond Memorial's path to the playoffs?
Right. Oh yeah.
It was a 7-year plan.
7-year plan.
Yeah, it was a 7-year plan.
Well, that's the last 7 years was the last time Memorial beat Santa Fe in 2014, but they win it 28-7 at Bulldog Stadium. Second victory inside Bulldog Stadium on the season, forever actually.
It's nice to see those kids having some success because it's been rough treading for the last several years. So.
Secured the victory over Edmond North a couple weeks ago. Oh, by the way, Edmond North with their first victory of the season as well. Congratulations.
Guthrie alum.
They beat Tanner Roof. Edmond North takes down Norman 24-17. Norman now 0-4 on the year, but Edmond Memorial City champions, quarterback David McComb, 3 touchdowns in the win. And we all picked Santa Fe, but couldn't be happy for Edmond Memorial for that. That was Tony Sellers had the call. I was watching that stream as well, and they were very happy.
See, that's the kind of game I missed an opportunity. I could have, because that's the kind of game I would typically do something crazy and say Edmond Memorial is going to win.
Yes,
I really blew that. You sure I didn't pick Memorial?
You didn't show up last week. You mailed in your.
Well, I was out doing business development for Second Banana Media.
Oh, we appreciate that. We'll see how
I'm writing all that off. I may need a letter from you later.
We'll see how the checks come in. One other game that I want to get out there real quick that I have on my notes, Tuttle and Bethany, one of the games that we picked last week.
Yeah.
Tuttle jumped out to a 13-0 lead. Bethany rallied, but the Tigers rebound from that Guthrie loss with a 40-34 road victory.
Yeah, it's a good win for Tuttle. I mean, Bethany's going to win a lot more football games this year. And
Bethany showed good fight coming back there.
Oh, yeah.
We
Tuttle's a good football team. I mean, I think they've got a very – because, you hear about the McAdoo kid with Tuttle, but the Dean kid at quarterback, man. I mean, he's an athlete.
Very shifty kid.
He's an athlete.
Against the Guthrie, he was 50% passing, but
a lot of
5-6 drops,
a lot
maybe.
Of drops.
I think only 4 incomplete passes last week in the victory over Bethany. So the passing game much better for Tuttle this week because we know about those 2 sophomores. They can run the ball, but if they can throw the football, and I know they will. Only 4 incompletions last week. If they can run the ball like they do, and when they have to throw it, they're going to be tough to fend off in the playoffs. Another team that's going to be hard to fend off in the playoffs. I got to watch them for the first time live, Cushing Tigers. I got to see LeBurlowitz, Crooks connection.
I've had them number 1 all year.
Yeah.
Where'd you have them before?
All year?
Yeah. 2?
They've been top 5 all year.
I've been in top 5.
Top 5
all year.
Yeah,
but I had them number 1 the whole year. Just planting a seed.
All right. Well, that's some of the highlights from last week. I think we got to everything.
Well, congratulations to Westmore over Moore last week. Kind of a little bit of an upset, when you say.
Yeah. Well,
27-17. Moore was in my top 5. Westmore was not.
Moore was in my top 5 too.
Yeah, to me, it's a little bit of an upset.
And who did you think of the first when they lost that game? Who was the first person you thought of?
JD Northcutt?
Absolutely. Yeah. JD is hot right now.
JD's a veteran. He knows.
Yeah, it happens.
Jinx, Enid played Jinx fairly close.
Pulled away in the end.
Kind of like the Muskogee
Sand Springs game. Jinx
you
went
said
up and
Union played Jinx?
No,
Jinx
Enid.
Yeah, I thought
Jinx
you
Enid.
said
yeah. It's a close game, but Jinx ended up pulling up by a few scores at the end of the game, but it was pretty close there for a while.
So are they turning the ship around?
Jinx
in Enid?
Oh, Enid, Rashawn Woods?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, I do too.
I think so too. Yeah. It's good to see.
Jinx starting to get their players. Now they got to mesh together. Mesh together. So Jinx is another top 10 game that we're picking this week. It'll be very. Was it Jinx and Westmore?
Yep.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, real tough one.
You think?
No.
I mean, Jinx. I mean, they haven't been healthy.
They had all their players last week.
Barely beating Enid. Barely beating other teams. It is a West Side school, so I mean. We'll talk about rankings coming up a little bit. I'm tired of fighting for the West in my top 5. I always try to find 2, but I'm like, you know what? There's one team.
There's one team on the West.
You will see that in our picks. So we do today. When it comes down to it, I'll probably pick the East Side team over the West Side team.
6A,
yes,
6A1 for darn sure.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take another time out here on the High School Huddle. Come back with look at some of the games. We'll have rankings, and we'll also have our top 10 games of the week. We'll pick every single one of them. We'll talk about how we did last week in our picks and the overall rankings as well. These two knuckleheads, looking forward to that. And we'll see.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah. Week 3. It's
good to be the king.
It's a long season.
Week 5.
This is the High School Huddle, presented by Generations Church.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours. It is amazing. And we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle, presented by Generations Church.
Welcome back, High School Huddle, Week 5 of the high school football season. 6 week of games, but week 5.
Week 5.
Week 0, of course. Been around for 5 years now.
Already, man.
Jeez,
Woo,
that's
this
crazy.
season's already going by. Third of the way through?
Yeah, more than that.
Hey, are we not talking enough about Collinsville?
Well, I mean, you guys can talk about Collinsville. They betrayed me 2
champions?
weeks ago, kept me from being undefeated.
4-0. Oh yeah, you picked Bartlesville.
They're in the doghouse right now.
You didn't pick them to beat Bartlesville? I did.
I didn't either.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess we can talk about it a little bit later on, but Collinsville is state champions, 4-0.
Yeah,
They literally graduated everybody. So
18 starters.
So what is
22 starters.
22?
No, you're right, 18.
I think it's 18, yeah.
So they graduated almost every starter. I don't think anybody expected they'd be sitting where they are right now. But it speaks a lot to what they're doing over in Collinsville.
They got a lot of athletes in Collinsville.
A lot of athletes, no doubt.
Junior wide receiver Hudson Henslick, 8 passes, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns in the victory over Pryor, 42-14. Schedule,
A little suspect.
Yeah, outside of that, Bartlesville, but let you play your schedule, right?
Yep.
59-yard punt return. So he had a good game for Collinsville, but Collinsville 5, 6, 7 range. I mean, I think the top 4 you can say are
pretty solid,
pretty secure, but there's a good argument for the 5, 6, 7 spot, maybe 8 spot. 5A football is fun.
Yeah,
it's much better. You know, Dell City coming down obviously helped that a great deal. And
Midwest City.
I mean, it just made everything. Yeah, it just made everything more competitive.
Yeah, I mean, Midwest City's not as
not what we thought they'd be.
Yeah,
but still turn around. Long season.
Absolutely,
long season.
I had some notes on Midwest City here. Oh, D'Angelo Irving Jr. Committed to Air Force. We talked about that last week. He had 2 rushing, 2 passing in the 46-14 road victory over Altus. Darren Rogers had 83 rushing yards for the Midwest City Bombers. This week, guys, we'll get to our top 10 games here in just a little bit. Some of the games that did not make our top 10. Pump City is at Deer Creek. Deer Creek 4-0 on the year. Pump City just 1-3. This is an intriguing one. Broken Arrow at Norman North. Norman North 2-2. Broken Arrow 1-3. Another East-West. Norman North's been in the top 5.
We picked that. We're picking that game.
Yeah, we are picking.
We are picking that one.
We're picking that game. Yeah, we're picking that game.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Game number 8. My bad. So no thoughts on that. We'll get that here in a little bit. Bishop Kelly at Collinsville. We saw Bishop Kelly earlier this year, off to a 1-3 start.
Yeah, Collinsville will dog walk them.
Yeah, Collinsville.
I don't think it'll be much of a
first meeting since the 2019 playoff opener. Kelly won that game 27-0. Kelly leads the series 5-2. That series started in 2010, but Collinsville.
They should walk away with that game.
5-8-4.
Yeah.
Cassia Hall is at Tulsa Central. We saw Tulsa Central play a close one with Verdigris, and they'll have another challenge with another top 5 program in Cassia Hall. It's the first meeting ever, by the way, for those two.
Cassia Hall wins that, but I think it'll be a heck of a ball game.
Yeah. Kiefer at Sperry. Are we picking Jinx Westmore? I think that's on the list, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Yep, they are.
Okay, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Sand Springs, after that disappointing loss to Muskogee.
Lost to Bixby, and their 2 losses are to Bixby and Muskogee.
Yeah.
Both, obviously, Bixby speaks for itself, but Muskogee, I tell you what, I think
Shout
they got
out to
in their quarterback just a sophomore down in Muskogee.
Yes.
So I mean, there's
and he can throw it, man.
Yeah.
He threw a 50 or 60
Is he a
yard
bigger
ball last
kid?
week. He's tall, lanky.
Yeah.
Tall, lanky. Yep. Got a good running back as well.
I think Sand Springs gets back in the win column, right, guys? Tahlequah?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think so.
yes.
Yeah, I think they'll be 3-2.
All right. I'm trying to get the Muskogee kids' size here officially for you. Uligal at Wagner. Uligal 2-2. Wagner 2-2. But again, Wagner tough schedule.
Tough schedule.
Yeah. Holland Hall trying to get their first victory this year against Verdigris.
Ooh,
not yet.
Not yet happened. Nope.
Not yet.
The schedule will light up a little bit for you, Holland Hall.
Yeah.
Coming on.
Yeah.
You're playing a good schedule.
Yeah.
So Muskogee. Let's get this in here real quick.
He looks like a tall, lanky
6'1", 180.
Okay.
Yeah, tall, lanky.
Good sized kid.
6'1", 180.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good sized kid.
Victory Christian at Beggs.
Yeah, I'm out on Beggs.
Beggs. Come on, Beggs.
Can you pick Beggs to win?
You know,
it's at home. The Fighting Ryan Kiting.
I do have to say this.
They're all watching right now in Beggs.
Out of respect to Ryan Kiting.
Victory edge Beggs 27-26 to win the district title in last year's regular season finale.
A little different Jimmys and Joes on the sides of the ball last year, but
Beggs' offensive coordinator, Ben Palmer, was Victory's head coach the past 2 seasons. So he left Victory Christian to go to Beggs. So he knows all of those kids, all those.
He knows their weaknesses, don't he?
Weaknesses.
Victory Christian.
Have I talked you into it yet?
No. But I think actually Beggs can win that game.
But you're picking Victory Christian.
I didn't say that. Oh. I'm undecided. I don't even want
we're not picking a game, so you can pick it.
We're not picking it officially. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, out of respect to Ryan Kiting, and by the way, if you need any wrap done, any logo, any stuff, did a great job for us on the trailer. We really appreciate it. Sign Tech makes hats are first class, embroidering on hats and all kinds of other stuff. But I think Beggs will win. I think it'll be a very tight game, but I think they'll win.
Ronnie, what are you going?
What are you going?
I'm going Beggs.
That's what I'm going. I'm going Beggs.
There you go. UConn at Union?
No.
No fighting chance.
Can we just go on the record and say what we have to predict? We have to guess the Bixby game every week, just because if it ever happens, we got it on record. Yeah. So I am picking Bixby to win.
Yeah, you would think there would be a unanimous number one, but we'll have to wait and see
we'll see what the High School Huddle official rankings are. 53 of those games. What 53? I would say 45 of those 6A2 opponents, maybe 40.
I don't think it's 40. Yeah, probably
ish.
I mean, they play because every year they play Jinx Union. They play the big boys. They have the last several years, and obviously have not lost. You know what's funny with Bixby doing this? You know what's crazy? Nobody talks about that great run that Carl Albert had anymore.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah. We've quit talking about it.
Yeah. Well, Bixby took it to Carl Albert.
We saw that game. It wasn't even close.
It wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close.
So Bixby's not in our official top 10 games that we'll be picking in our next segment, but they are entertaining Southmore this week, so this is your chance. As I told Ronnie, no one in this world is picking Southmore to beat Bixby. But if they were win and you were to pick Southmore,
that'd be incredible.
We would never
quit talking about.
Never hear about.
No, that's right. And just for the record, I'm keeping that crazy arrow in the quiver. It won't happen this week.
So we can pick this game. It doesn't go against our record.
Right.
But if we pick if we pick the other team,
you can't.
Southamore's winning this game. Mark it down, boys. I'm going to pull this little segment right here. Southmore winners.
So the only chance Bixby has a chance to lose this, they got Southmore this week.
The bus breaks down.
At Enid next week.
Yeah.
Broken Arrow.
No, they beat Broken Arrow.
Westmore.
They beat Westmore.
No. Moore.
They beat Moore.
Yep. Jinx.
They beat Jinx.
They destroyed Jinx.
Yeah. So Jinx has the best chance on the regular season.
Yeah,
correct.
And if everything goes planned, championship Union Jinx.
That's the game.
That's
the game we all want to see. That's the game.
That's the game we want to call.
Yeah, I mean it's I think I did get to call that game last year, the 6A1 championship game.
You guys both called them. Yeah.
And that was
Shaker won.
That was Shaker won. He was the starting quarterback as a freshman for Jinx last year, led him to a state title, and entered the portal.
So never good enough.
We'll go over here and win one over here for the.
They're just going to go Bixby after this, right? Go win one at Bixby? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he should have went to Bixby to begin with.
All right. Let's get into the rankings here real quick. Next segment, we're breaking down the top 10 games with our predictions. We'll have our overall records. We've been picking games. This will be our 4th week picking games. Somebody has won 80%. Another person has won 80% of their picks, and the other one has won 76.6%.
Oh.
So we're
interesting.
Who's that? Okay, are we going to talk about that? Or?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Next segment or this segment?
Yeah. You guys do a great job of teasing. I wonder who is the 80%. So, all right. We'll start with Class A like we always do in the rankings. And, Ronnie, you have the High School Huddle rankings, right?
I do have the High School Huddle rankings, yep.
Real quick, for me, I think we're all pretty close in here. Ringling, Tonkawa, Gore, Fairview, Hominy. I think all 5 of those are in our top 5. High School Huddle official rankings are.
For Class A?
We'll let you fill in the gaps.
So High School Huddle's top 5 rankings for Class A is Ringling number 1, Gore 2, Tonkawa 3, Hominy 4, Fairview number 5.
I got Tonkawa number 2 overall in my individual poll.
I got Tonkawa 3.
I got Tonkawa 4.
Okay. Gore, they're going to go 10-0. I mean, I'm not worried about Gore in the regular season. I mean, we'll talk playoffs.
And I got Hominy 5.
Tonkawa does have Pawnee this week. Pawnee, a top 5 fringe team.
We'll talk about that game.
We'll have that pick.
You know, a lot of people don't realize there's 2 undefeated teams in Logan County right now.
Correct.
Yep.
Guthrie and Crescent.
Crescent Tigers.
Crescent got 1 vote.
That'd be right.
Sure
Crescent
did.
Tigers, number 5. Number 5. Crescent
The Tigers.
Roll on, Tigers. Roll on.
You were the mayor there in 2017 for.
Yeah, it was a pretty outstanding run for me. It's in my top 5 all-time great moments for my life. Yeah, it was good. We had autographs. So I got 1 for 5, 2 for 10 that year.
Yep.
Yeah, it was an outstanding run.
Those are the Class A rankings. We'll move to Class 2A rankings. Crossings Christian is out after the Luther Lions take it to them 27-0. Be interesting if Luther gets into the top 5. Ronnie, Class 2A High School Huddle rankings.
Number 1 is Washington.
And that's unanimous?
Yep.
Unanimous, yep. Rejoice.
And that's unanimous?
Yep.
Is number 2 as well. Vian is number 3. Not unanimous. Millwood, 4. Not unanimous.
Not unanimous.
Eufaula had a tie, but Eufaula won the tiebreaker for number 5. So Eufaula is number 5 in the High School Huddle rankings.
I have the Chandler Lions at my number 5. They get the bump up in the 2A rankings. The Chandler Lions, they got the coach who played there. His name is escaping my memory right now. Tony Wilson's going to get after me, but Chandler Lions only the 1 loss on the year. And I'm drawing a blank on everything, but I got Chandler moving at the number 5 spot this week.
I've got Washington Rejoice. I got Vian at 4. I got Millwood at 5. I have Prague.
Yeah.
I have the Fighting Rafe Watkins at number 3 right now.
That's not bad.
I mean,
I looked at their schedule. I think they're going 10-0.
Prague?
Yeah.
Yeah. But and especially when you're in 2A ball, it's all about the playoffs.
They're so spread out.
It's all about the playoffs.
All spread out.
It's not unusual to see a 10-0 team get beat by a 7-3 team in 2A playoff football. But I'm telling you, one thing we all know firsthand is Rafe knows how to build a football program.
Sure does. From the ground up.
Yep.
Little league all the way to the high school level.
So Prague has Keys this week, then Rowan, Sequoia Tahlequah. That could be then Warner. Oh,
that's a former Fighting Rafe Watkins.
Former Vian. So it's not guaranteed 10-0. And then Okima to finish the regular season.
So I got Eufaula at my number 3, the Ironheads. Moving on up in mine, I had them in the top 5 last week. Vian 4 for me, and Millwood back in my top 5 as well.
Chandler victories over rival Stroud, Kellyville, and Bristol. Their only loss coming to Podo, 30-21. Played that one well. So Chandler Lions in my top 5. All right, take a look at Class 3A. My rankings did not change at all, but what are the official High School Huddle 3A rankings?
Number 1 is Lincoln Christian. 2 is Verdigris. 3 is Metro Christian. Cassia Hall comes in at number 4.
I agree.
And Heritage Hall Chargers come in at number 5 in the High School Huddle rankings.
I think we all have the same 5 teams, and we all agree with Lincoln Christian at 1. I have Metro Christian at 2, Verdigris 3, Heritage Hall 4, Cassia Hall 5.
Yeah.
So, but they're all right there.
All very close.
Yeah, I had Lincoln Christian 1, Verdigris 2, Metro Christian 3, Heritage Hall 4, and I still have Perkins at 5.
Yeah, 5, yeah.
Yeah, Perkins, I was trying to get in there.
They'd be my 6 or 7 team.
Trying to get him in there. I might get him in there, but right now, Perkins, by the way, 14-3 victory over Kingfisher.
Yeah.
And Perkins pretty much controlled the entire game.
Yeah, tough game this week.
Yes, and we're picking that one. Yeah, Perkins in the top 10 games again this week.
Yep. Playing good football in Perkins.
All right, moving over to Class 4A rankings, and my rankings did not change 1 through 5 last week, but what are the official 4A High School Huddle rankings? We got to work on some graphics and get them on here. We'll get that one day.
We'll go Cushing number 1, Tuttle 2, Clinton 3, Poto number 4, and Wagner comes in at 5 in the High School Huddle rankings. Not what I have, but
I had Cushing 1, Tuttle 2, Clinton 3, Wagner 4, and Poto 5.
See, I got Cushing 1, Tuttle 2, Wagner, even though they're 2-2, very, very tough schedule. Very tough schedule. I got them at 3 because I think they could still still, I obviously think they're top 13 in 4A. Poto 4, and I got Clinton back in at number 5. So.
I think the 3, 4, and 5 are interchangeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Clinton, Poto, Wagner in that order.
Yeah.
4A. So before we get to 5A rankings, hello to Leonard Moore watching on
Leo!
YouTube.
Nice.
My buddy.
He's watching from the Dominican.
Yeah, they're on vacation. I got a text from him. He's bringing me back some cigars. But he's one of my oldest, dearest, best friends, and I'm glad him and his beautiful bride.
How cool is that, man? Somebody's watching us from Dominican
Yeah,
Republic. That's cool.
Let me tell you something. Leo would be a great guy to have on the show because he knows high school sports.
So are the cigars easy through customs?
I don't ask any questions. He asked if I wanted some cigars. If you knew Leo, you wouldn't ask questions either.
Okay.
That's a U.S. territory, so it should be no problem.
Should be,
thank
okay.
goodness.
You should have a U.S. citizen card to get you right in.
Cubans. That's the Seinfeld episode.
Leo and I decided when we were in about the 4th grade that we would always keep bail money available for each other. So,
all right. Well, you're on deck, Phil. All right. Time for the Class 5A high school rankings here on the High School Huddle. Appreciate everybody checking us out, whether we're live or on the replay. Class 5A rankings by the High School Huddle are.
We'll start with 5A on up. We'll go from 5 to 1 here.
Okay.
So coming in at number 5 in the High School Huddle ranking is Guthrie Blue Jays.
Coming off a bye week.
Coming off a bye week. Got Piedmont tomorrow. Thursday night game in Piedmont again. So
4-1 Piedmont.
4-1 Piedmont. Their only loss was to Noble.
Yep.
Week 0.
Week 0.
So
a low scoring game too.
Yep.
12-6.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got them at 5. Coweta comes in at number 4 in the High School Huddle rankings. Mcalester is 3. Bishop McGuinness High School is 2. And the number 1 team in 5A, if they're in 6A too, they'd probably number 1 there, is Dale City.
Yeah.
Dale City Eagles. So the High School Huddle, and this will be the number 1 game of the week that we're going to be picking here in a little bit. The game of the week will be the number 1 Dale City Eagles and the number 3 Mcalester Buffaloes. We'll be picking that one here in our next segment.
Whole bunch of commits to D1 programs will be on the field in Dale City, Oklahoma.
Yeah, you'll have 3 teams from the Big 12 represented at least. You got Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and OU. And I had Dale City 1, Bishop McGuinness 2. I had Mcalester 3, Coweta 4, and Guthrie 5. Just for the record.
I had Dale City 1, Bishop Kelly 2, Mcalester 3.
Not Kelly.
I'm sorry, Bishop McGuinness 2, Mcalester 3, Coweta 4, and the Blue Jays coming in at number 5. Yeah.
I just got Coweta McAllister flip-flop. I was very impressed with Coweta. That blowout victory over Carl Albert site. Yep. That's the best victory between those 2 schools. Mcallister, the big newspapers had them number 1 overall.
Yeah.
And they very well. I mean,
they do. I mean,
we'll find out this week.
Yeah,
we're definitely going to find out this week.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out.
There's going to be some cats on the field in Dale City.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go see that game.
I know.
We'll talk about that one coming up here. So those are the 5A rankings. Leo says, "Don't ask, don't tell." He's been there before. Class 6A2 rankings, according to the High School Huddle, are
Booker T comes in at number 5.
2-2 on the season.
2-2 on the season.
Yeah, but they're Booker T.
Tees.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you got Muskogee at number 4, Choctaw 3, Deer Creek number 2, Stillwater 1 in the High School Huddle rankings.
That matches my individual rankings. Exactly.
Mine as well.
Not mine.
Well,
you have Muskogee Booker T switch?
No, I have Deer Creek number 1 instead of Stillwater. So I have Deer Creek 1, Stillwater 2, Choctaw, Muskogee, then Booker T.
Yeah.
2 good quarterbacks, top of 6A2 rankings.
Deer Creek can spin it around.
All right, we move over to Class 6A1, and I fought. The number 5 pick was. I spent way too much time thinking about it.
I was in pain over
what am I
this
doing?
one.
Yeah.
But anyway, here are the official 6A1 rankings.
So coming in at number 5 is the Owasso Rams, number 5.
1-3 record.
1-3 record. Then you got Mustang at 4. Jinx at 3. Then you got 2 teams left. You got Bixby and Union. You got Union and Bixby. Those are the top 2 teams.
Disgusted with both.
The number 1 team in
that's a lie.
6A1 for High School Huddle is the Union
Redhawks.
Redhawks.
Well,
can't say the old one, I guess.
I just want to apologize. I just want to apologize right now for the stupidity demonstrated by the 2 gentlemen to either side of me.
Winning streaks don't beat Union.
No.
Who has the best win so far? Union has the best win between the 2 teams.
No, but Bixby does. Bixby is the clear number 1 team in 6A1. You guys are absolutely – you got to get off the pipe. That's all I'll say. Got to get off the pipe.
Union is the number 1 ranked team in 6A1 for this week.
Yeah, well, you guys are wrong.
Those are the official rankings of the High School Huddle. We appreciate any feedback. You can send that to Phil
Well,
at
only if you agree with me. Take only positive feedback.
We got a great group watching on Facebook as well. Appreciate Adam Dement checking us out. Lula over at Golden Chick, a sponsor of this show.
Lula.
I-35 and Highway 33, one of the
So
top
good.
producing Golden Chicks.
A year in and year out.
Yes.
Year in and
We
year
need
out.
to get some
Do a
catered
great
for
job.
High School Huddle one night.
In fact, I had, let's see, what's today? Wednesday? I had Golden Chick Monday night. I always have it once a week.
I got a contest to win, boys. I'm paying attention.
I think chicken's okay,
Yeah,
right?
chicken's good for you. Just take the breading off, right?
If I could stop at just chicken, I'd be all right.
With the mashed potatoes.
All the sides
The
out there
okra,
are
the
ridiculous.
mac and cheese, the rolls, the sweet tea.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. Golden
So
Chick.
good.
You'll hear him here in just a few moments. Crystal Jackson got a question. Guthrie Blue Jays play tomorrow night? Yes. Guthrie plays Thursday, as all District 5A2 games this week play Thursday night, and that's to help the officials, the shortage of officials on Thursday. I think each district takes a week to play on Thursday, but 5A2 is playing Thursday this week. So Guthrie and Piedmont. Thursday night in Piedmont. Should be a good one. Guthrie's got number 5 team in the high school huddle rankings. Piedmont this week and McGinnis next week as they begin their district play. So we'll know a whole lot about 5A2 and how that one shakes out because that will be a fun district. I think 1 through 4, I think we kind of know with Guthrie, McGinnis, Carl Albert. I think
they're all right there.
Piedmont.
Collinsville.
Collinsville.
Well, I was talking about 5A2.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we'll have a good idea.
Yeah, no doubt.
Weeks.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think, I'll say this, and I'm going to take my Homer hat off for a second. I think in that Tuttle game, I saw some things in the second half from the Blue Jays that really, if you're a Blue Jay fan, you're feeling pretty darn good right now. But number one, I'm going to say this, depth at the skill positions is definitely there.
Well, Guthrie was out their star running back.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and Jalen Harper stepped in and
blessing
was just,
in disguise. You never want to get hurt, but then if he doesn't get hurt, you don't know Jalen. You know what he can do on special teams, but you see it on at running the football.
That 62 yards that week.
That kid's got what's that old saying? He make you miss in a phone booth. He can make you miss in a phone booth.
He's pretty good.
Yeah,
he gets outside those tackles. He can do some special things.
When Isaiah returns, you put them both in the backfield. Yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
It will be. All right, we're going to take our final time out here on the High School Huddle. When we come back, we will look at the top 10 games of the week. You can play along. We'll have the graphics on there and let us know who you think. Get your comments ready. We're going to have our 3. We want your vote as well. Comment
We'll figure out last week's and overall as well.
Yes, we'll have overall records. Don't forget that. And but we want you to interact as well on Facebook and YouTube. Check us out. Get the News Page Facebook and Second Banana Media YouTube, or just search the High School Huddle on YouTube. It'll pop up, I promise. Take our final time out. This is the High School Huddle presented by Generations Church.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours. It is amazing. And we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
Mm-hmm. We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden.
Golden Chick.
He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle, presented by Generations Church.
Final segment here on the High School Huddle. Appreciate you checking us out on this Wednesday night or on the replay, along with Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. We are presented by Generations Church. Love God, love people, serve both well. Get a good look at their website, generationsguthrie.com, for our video audience. 2524 West Noble Avenue is the address, and if you want to check them out on Facebook, just simply search Generations Guthrie, and they will be on there. So a big thank you.
Love me some Josh.
Yes. Josh get a new cell phone number?
He did.
Okay, I didn't know if it was spam or not.
No, I got the message also.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't get that message.
You didn't get that?
No. We found out last week on our open mic is that we're family pretty much.
Yeah, we sure did.
You guys and
We'll
Josh?
tell you about it. We'll tell you about it after.
We'll tell you.
We're family.
During the open mic.
Right.
Basically, yeah.
What about me?
We share Uncle Mike together.
What about me?
Moving on.
All right. It is week 5 of the high school football season. It is time for the top 10 games of the week. By the High School Huddle, it is prediction time. And last week, there goes the phone.
Yeah, he's throwing things.
It's paid for.
This is how it happens.
All right. So last week, Chris 7-3.
Ouch. What did he say?
Ouch.
What 3 did you get terribly wrong?
I missed. Ardmore should have won.
They lost.
But they lost. I picked Edmond Santa Fe.
We all did.
We all did. And then I picked Sand Springs. Phil, you were 8-2.
Oh, 8-2. That's not bad, Phil. Pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, that's good. It's respectable.
Well, it's
better than Chris.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, Ronnie. And I think you'll see that there's a dogfight right now.
So you lost Sand Springs and Santa Fe.
Santa Fe.
Right.
And Ronnie, for the first time, Phil and I did it last week.
Yeah.
But for the first time this season, Ronnie goes 9-1 on the year, and his only loss was Edmond Santa Fe Memorial.
Close.
It was close.
You're close.
So,
yeah, it was.
Overall, Chris 23-7. These two 24-6.
Oh.
I mean, you would think the World Series was being won in September, but they do play the World Series in October. But
we'll see. I like our chances.
We go to December on this show.
So we're beating him, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, we're winning.
I forgot to hit record, so
yeah, of course,
archive it there. All right, we are set for the top 10 games of the week.
Are we doing scores?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's what we've done the last 3 weeks.
I like to ask things.
Don't ask again, Phil.
Oh, I'll ask again next week.
All right. So the first game that we'll take a look at is a 4A matchup between Newcastle and Blanchard. Newcastle, biggest challenge of the season up to this point here is Blanchard. So Blanchard has won 2 games. They're 2-2. Tough schedule.
Newcastle 4-0.
Noble got Blanchard. I know that's one
Noble
of the
got Blanchard,
The other one's escaping my memory right now. But we like to hear.
It was Piedmont.
Was it Piedmont?
Piedmont beat Blanchard.
Okay.
I believe that's correct.
Piedmont Noble.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
As you guys,
I remember the most random things. So
yeah, you do.
You don't remember your name half the time.
Well, we don't have to laugh about it when you say that, Ronnie. It's like you're getting joy out of my memory loss.
Well, it makes me laugh.
Well, no, I know. You're not going to be laughing when you're changing my diapers here in a few years.
Blanchard lost to Noble and Piedmont.
Oh, well, looky there. It feels right again.
But, Phil, the question is, does Blanchard beat Newcastle? Again, we'd like to hear your thoughts. Just comment on your social media page who you're picking between Newcastle and Blanchard. And it's only fair that Ronnie gets to go first. I mean,
he won last week.
9-1 last week. So
it is only fair.
See
my 9 on my hat, KP9.
It's a great hat.
It's a great hat. Thank you.
9-1. Great young man. Great hat.
Yep. So I got this game as a blowout.
A blowout.
Don't see it close.
Blowout.
I like Newcastle in this game.
Oh, blowout.
Blowout. Sorry. Yep. 35-17.
Oh.
35-17. That's kind of a blowout.
2 touchdowns, 17. Yeah. Okay. 18. Okay. All right.
So Ronnie's going Newcastle.
Going Newcastle.
Did I get that right? Okay.
Newcastle. Right.
Phil, I mean, you were 8-2. You were second best last week. So
well, if around here, because we're going to pick. I mean, we all follow high school football, right? I mean, we do, and so most times we're going to be within a game of each other when we make predictions. Most of the time, right? Yeah. Most times, and a lot of times we pick the same teams.
You've had some 3-7 years in the past, but
I don't recall that. But that's fine. That was back when I was that's back when I was protesting all private schools. Oh, remember when I refused to pick a private school? Yeah. Took a lot of L's. Yeah. Took a lot of L's that season. Tough deal.
The maturity has come so far.
Well, call it what you like.
In that aspect.
In that aspect. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. This is my challenge, okay? I want to pick Blanchard.
Okay.
But I'm going Newcastle, 35-21.
Now, are you picking Newcastle because you want to...
Did you see that right there? Newcastle, 35-21, done hours ago. Go ahead.
Minutes ago.
Well, how long have we been on the show?
Well, that long.
We're doing homework.
Yeah. Ooh,
I'm going Blanchard.
We're going to get another one on him.
Blanchard.
Yes, let's go.
Blanchard
2 weeks in a row. Your ego's not going to be able to take it.
Blanchard at home.
Yeah, okay.
Blanchard at home.
Those high school kids don't care about at home or away.
And they got a casino.
So they do in college and NFL?
Well, yeah, they're not kids.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah.
They're adults.
Men.
All right. So OSU can't win at Baylor then? Because it's a road game?
Correct. No.
Oh, you can't win at TCU because it's a road game?
After what I saw last week, they may not. But I could definitely think that OSU is going to win, is going to beat Baylor.
All right. Well, we ain't picking that game. So
I'm just letting you know.
All right. All right. We'll move on to game number 9 on our game of the week. And that features Jinx and Westmore. Jinx 3-1 on the year. Westmore 2-2. Jinx coming down to the Oklahoma City area. More impressive. Westmore, excuse me, and very impressive in the Moore War. I had watched that game last week as well, 27-17. But this would be the biggest victory of the year for Westmore if they can take down the 2-time defending state champions.
Yeah, I don't think that happens. I got Jinx 28-7.
28-7.
All right, I get to go next, and I got Jinx winning 24-14.
24-14. Well, Jinx is on the road, coming to the west side.
Oh, that means they can't win. It's on the road.
Westmore.
He's going to be on this the rest of the night.
Playing Westmore after a big win against Moore last week.
Feeling good.
Jinx, Enid played Jinx really, really tough, and Westmore might be better than Enid.
Well, and Jinx had a close game with Santa Fe, right?
Sure did.
13-10.
13-10. Yeah, so I have Jinx winning this game 42-28.
You did a good job there, though.
Yeah, I know. That was a great
sell. Good build-up. Chris?
Well, I went after you.
Oh, you did. It's a real thing. It's a reil thing.
He can't remember what happened 2 seconds ago, but he remembered old Blanchard beat Piedmont.
It's a real thing.
Week 1.
It's a real thing. Yeah. As Leo knows, been a lot of strikes to the old noggin over the years.
All right, so that's Jinx. We got the east side over the west side. Another east side versus west side matchup featuring Broken Arrow traveling down to Norman North. Broken Arrow 1-3 on the year. Norman North 2-2. Mm-hmm. That's, by the way, that's 2 long trips for Broken Arrow on Thursday after last week's game as well, which picked up their first victory. Broken Arrow, welcome to the Win Club. And I will go first, and I once again will go with the East Side School, and I will go Broken Arrow with the victory of 31-20.
You know, I think this is going to be a little bit closer than what people think. I got this game a little bit closer. So I have the Fighting Broken Arrows over Norman North, 28-24.
Oh, okay. You know, Norman North was in my top 5 a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. They were.
There's been 35 teams at number 5 spot.
That's true.
You just took away all my thunder.
Keep going, Phil.
My bad.
The good thing about us doing this is we're going to get next week. There's going to be somebody with all the bragging rights. It's not going to be a tie. Norman North wins 35-28.
I'm going undefeated this year. I'm going to win 10-0.
35-28. I'll buy you a steak dinner if you go 10-0.
The Timberwolves.
I'm telling Phil,
I did. Already. It wasn't an easy pick for me, by the way. Yeah.
I said it's going to be close.
Norman North, 35-28.
Wow. All right. I like it.
I do love it.
Hey, that's a good logo game right there.
Yeah, that is a good logo.
That's a good logo.
Nice. Yeah, I do like Broken Arrow's logo, though.
Yeah.
That's way cool.
Yeah. All right. We now move to game number 7. Ronnie gets to go first on this one. Yep. All right. It is Tonkawa, Class A showdown, 4-0 on the season, visiting the Black Bears of Pawnee. Pawnee 3-1. Tonkawa has been dominant the entire season, averaging almost 52 points a game, allowing just 11 points a ball game. Pawnee coming off a 34-0 loss to Hominy. So Pawnee gets 2 back-to-back games against top 5 opponents. Ronnie, can they revenge last week's loss to Hominy against the Tonkawa?
No.
Yeah.
This is a top 10 matchup. You know, obviously Tonkawa's in our top 5. I got Pawnee in my top 10. So, but no, Tonkawa's going to win this game. I got it at 24-10-ish.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tonkawa. Is it my turn?
Oh, yeah.
I think Tonkawa wins. We're different on our score. That Tonkawa offense has been dominating. Great defense as well, as Chris just said. I got Tonkawa winning 45-14.
45-14. We're pretty close on our scores. What's my – I got 41-15.
Okay.
I got 41-15.
Ronnie's wrong on that one.
All 3 of us picked Tonkawa.
Gonna get W, though.
On the score.
How cool is that logo?
That's a sweet logo.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That is really, really cool. It is a sweet logo night here on the Huddle.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, very cool.
You look at
it. Remember Jake Love at Tonkawa?
Yes.
Oh, he was good. He was good.
And you know what else he was good at?
Wrestling.
Oh, remember he was a stud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wrestler.
A stud.
Oh, yeah.
That was Jake got his hands on you. It was going to be a long day.
That was like one of our first little. Like we went to a dine-in restaurant and people recognized us on the show.
Yeah, they did. That is true.
They were there the entire night. We were like, I was like, "Can I have my dinner, please?" No, I just now remember that's pretty
cool.
Get
these people back.
Yeah. All right, number 6 game of the week: the 4A Clinton Red Tornadoes
versus the Elk City
Elks.
There you go.
Elk City Elks. It's a matchup of 2 3-1 programs. Clinton, defending state champion. Impressive last year in that finals, by the way. Impressive win against Heritage Hall, who's in the High School Huddle number 5 ranking, I think it was. Yep. Also over John Marshall. Elk City, they're trying to get that Carl Albert Titan taste out of their mouth.
Yeah.
It is Clinton at Elk City. I think, Phil, are you up next?
I am up. Clinton wins 35-17.
35-17. Yep. Phil has Clinton. I also have Clinton winning. I have that score 20. No, I don't. Clinton. There it is. 38-24. 38-24 Red Tornadoes.
I got the Red Tornadoes as well. I got it 31-14-ish.
Okay. So all 3 of us go with the Clinton Red Tornadoes.
We saw some Clinton fans down at the State Fair this past week. I mean, when Clinton Red Tornado fans travel, they are wearing their Clinton Red Tornado stuff.
Everywhere.
They got a great fan base over there.
Have you seen the mascot at games?
Yes, yeah. At the state championship. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So I'm at the state basketball tournament too.
The school I grew up in was the Eureka Tornadoes, and the whole time watching that mascot last year, I'm going, "Why the daylights did we have that?"
Pretty cool.
It was.
Pretty cool. All right, we move into the top 5 games here on the High School Huddle. Number 5 game this week featuring, again, Perkins in the top 10 of games. Perkins, a 3A matchup, taking on Tulsa Metro Christian. That game up in the Tulsa area. Perkins 3-1, Metro Christian 4-0. Perkins, Kirk Francis had a good game. Perkins had an impressive victory over Kingfisher last week, 14-3. Metro Christian got that high-power offense. Kirk Francis leads the way for Metro Christian. 3-1, key matchup. Yeah, Perkins trying to go 2-0 in district.
I mean, Perkins' only loss is against Cushing, who we all, as we know, is a consensus number 1.
Phil, I get to go first.
Oh, sorry.
It's my turn, right?
He's snapping tonight. Kind of mean.
Metro Christian wins 31-14.
31-14. That was quick.
Yeah.
Ronnie?
He just straight shuts you down and says, oh, yeah, by the way, they win this. He's giggling over. Look at him.
I'll let you break it down. I'm saving my airtime for you.
Go ahead, Phil. You can break it down. I got Metro Christian 42-17.
Okay. I got nothing to say. Metro Christian wins big, 45-21.
Ronnie, what was your score?
42-17.
Perkins only.
So we're pretty close.
Cushing, and I had a great thing to say.
Say it.
No, Chris took it away from me.
I think we've already said it 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Moments passed.
All right, Metro Christian across the board. If you had really something to say, you would pick Perkins to win.
I'd like to. I like me some Perkins trying, but.
All right, we move to game number 4. Coweta Tigers 4-0 on the road to Sapulpa 3-1. Both teams 1-0 in district play. Sapulpa head coach Tim Holt Jr. for the first time faces the team. He coached the playoff 3 years. 2016, 2017, 2018, including a district title. So he knows what he's doing.
He does.
Over there.
Pretty good coach.
So this is the first meeting, by the way, between Coweta and Sapulpa. Coweta, a 4A program for the longest time. Sapulpa, a 6A team for the longest time. But they meet in the middle here in 5A. Coweta at Sapulpa. Ronnie, you're on the clock.
Yeah, I do like Coweta in this game because the most impressive victory in 5A this year, I think, is Coweta over Carl Albert earlier in the year. So, yeah, Coweta, very impressive. Watched them again the week after they played. So they got explosive people all over the field. So I like Coweta in this game.
Score?
35-21.
35-21. I got Coweta as well. I'd like to pick Sapulpa because I love saying Sapulpa.
Who?
Sapulpa. Sapulpa.
The Chieftains.
The Chieftains. But I think it's our scores are pretty close. I've got 35-17.
So Sapulpa's Colton Howard, 51-86 passing, almost 700 yards, 11 touchdowns. And he's thrown in almost 200 rushing yards as well for Sapulpa. It's really good. I would take that right now.
Yeah.
Going to need a whole lot more than that. He's going to need that season high or those season numbers in this game. In the game. I got Coweta winning this game. I got Coweta in a close one, though, closer than what many say. I'm going 2017.
Wow.
Close game.
Very good.
This is the best logo by far. It reminds me of my Cali Tigers.
Okay. That was
my alumni base, my old baseball program. Looks like the Cali Tigers there. Looks good.
Yeah. Hey, guess where my good friend Leo played college football his first 2 years?
I'm going to guess Cali County.
Cali County.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They had football back then.
Well, we wore leather helmets.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
With face mask?
That was optional.
Banana? The banana helmet?
Oh, yeah. I watch these helmets now and I go, everybody's so soft now. I mean, if you're really a football player, if you don't play at least 4 games with a concussion, I mean, sheesh, it was crazy back then.
So, who picks this game first?
I do.
Oh, Phil's on the clock.
Is it
okay.
on the clock? No, wait. Yeah, because you started with that.
All right. Now we take a look at a 6A1 District 2 game. Owasso 1-3, Mustang 3-1. Owasso making a trip to the Oklahoma City area as well. So all the big Tulsa powerhouses will be in the Oklahoma City area this week. I don't think Tulsa Union has to make the trip. No, I can't remember who Union is even playing. But anyway, Owasso Mustang. Owasso last year lost this game 47-41 to end the season of Owasso. It's the Cousin Bowl.
Yeah.
Bill Blankenship, Owasso. Lee Blankenship at Mustang. Cousin Bill has won 4 of the 5.
Yeah.
Owasso leads the overall series 5-3. Yeah. Cousin Bill, as a head coach, is 4-1 against his cousin. Owasso at Mustang. OU wide receiver Jacoby Johnson had some highlight runs last week in the big victory over Moore.
And they got the other really good wide out there as well. I can't think of his name right now. But, and of course, Owasso, Alabama commit.
Cole
Adams is out for the year. And that's had a real effect, obviously, on their team.
Yeah.
I mean, everything kind of went through Cole. But
hope to have him back for the playoffs.
Yeah, that'd be good. But Cousin Bill is what now in this?
Cousin Bill's 4-1.
4-1. And I love me some Owasso Rams. I started
you basically –
I won them a state title.
2017.
Oh, yeah. Called it in 0 week, as a matter of fact, that they would win the state championship year. But Cousin Bill's going to feel the pain. Cousin Bill's going to feel the pain. It's going to be.
So you picking Mustang?
Well, you got to quit interrupting me.
My bad. I jumped the
tonight.
gun. My bad.
Mustang wins 28-21. 28-21 Mustang.
Mustang's got a good logo as well.
Yeah, they do.
So of all the games this week I picked, this is the hardest one.
It's going to be a heck of a ball game.
Yeah.
It's the hardest one.
A heck of a ball game. You can flip a coin on this one, I think.
And when I flip a coin, I go east side. In 6A. I'm going to Owasso Rams.
I'm representing West Side right now.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going with the Owasso Rams. I think it'll be a great game. I'm going I didn't write a score down.
Yeah.
28, 27, 24, 23, something like that.
Yeah. It's going to be
Ronnie,
right
you are the deciding factor on this one.
Wow. So you got
please pick opposite me.
You got
Let's go 9-1.
This is my chance to pull away.
Owasso's 1-3. Yeah. Mustang 3-1. Owasso, just watching them play, their offense just hasn't been fluent with Cole Adams out. Yeah. Mustang's looking pretty good, even though they had the loss against Moore here a few weeks back. Owasso 1-3. That's just hard to pick. But again, it's a coin flip. When it's a coin flip, I always go to the East Side team. I have Owasso winning this game. Same score as you. 28-21. But Owasso is going to win this game 28-21.
Since this is the night that we're correcting each other, I think Ronnie just said Mustang lost to who?
Moore.
No, that's not right.
No, it's not.
Was it UConn?
Mustang lost to your number one, 6A2, Deer Creek.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay. You want to rethink your...
I apologize. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Beat Southmore, beat UConn, and Harbor.
And coming soon, Owasso.
All right. Our air conditioning buzzing. I don't think that's a good sign.
Hi.
We'll get our energy director to take a look at that. So Phil goes with Mustang. Chris and Ronnie go with the Owasso Rams.
This week's coming up.
Phil's look like he's going 6-4 this week.
By the way, the only person to go 10-0 on their picks, I've done it multiple times, but only one to go 10-0, so no pressure. You don't remember that. All right, I didn't think you would remember that. All right, number 2 game of the week. It is the Stillwater Pioneers going on the road to Booker T. Washington. Pioneers 4-0, an easy 4-0 for them. Booker T. Washington 2-2, one loss to Arkansas High School on the road. First game of the season, I think it was.
And then who'd they lose the other game to?
Del City.
Del City, correct.
And what was the score?
That was a blowout. 28-7, 28-0, something like that.
I feel I can get that here real quick.
You can make appreciate it.
Booker T. Lost to Del City 27-6.
27-6, yeah.
All right. It's my turn to pick this game.
It is.
Right? All right.
Yep.
So Hornets lost this game a year ago, 36-29, quarterfinal to Stillwater. Gage Gundy this year, numbers 39-58, 623 yards, 6 touchdowns, a couple of rushing touchdowns. Noah Roberts, I think would get some Player of the Year votes in 6A2 football, 410 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns. Of course, we all know about Micah Tees, but I got a good quarterback, Lathan Boone. He's 66 of 112, 878 yards, 10 touchdowns. Threw for almost 400 touchdowns last week. But Stillwater, the High School Huddle number 1 ranked team, I think they lead
unanimous.
No,
yes.
No,
it wasn't unanimous.
Should have been.
We have Stillwater's.
Oh yeah, should have.
Stillwater's been my number 1 team the entire season.
Yeah, mine too.
And I think they leave town. I think they leave T-Town. I think they leave the 9-1-8 with an undefeated record at 5-0. Final score: Stillwater 34-20.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, very
There's
good.
going to be some separation this week.
There's some separation this week, boys. Of course, Booker T is my pick to win the state championship in 6A2.
Which is still insane, but go ahead.
Still there.
Don't let that trip you up. Don't let that trip you up.
Booker T is going to win this game, 35-31. Booker T at home, because again, road teams can't win. Chris said it earlier tonight, so Booker T.
Stillwater
go Hornets.
Stillwater can run the ball. Not to influence your decision here, Phil, but Stillwater can run the ball. I think they can keep it away from Booker T's offense, so we'll see.
Stillwater's been my number one since 0 week.
Please pick them.
True.
Yeah.
I've never wavered on that. I think the Stillwater train keeps rolling. And Ronnie, I don't think it's close.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I really don't. I think Booker T falls apart at some point. They last couple years they've had a hard time putting 4 quarters together in any game that they've played. They've looked like absolute potential state champions for a couple quarters, and then they look like you're playing, backyard ball and you're upset at your 2 best friends. I mean, it's just so I think Stillwater wins 35-21.
So I just want to, after the show's over, I just want to go back on the record. I'm pretty sure Phil picked Booker T to win 6-8-2 as well. I just want to verify that. He said it was absolutely insane just a second ago. I just want to go back on the record after the game. Just so we know.
Why don't you guys go ahead and enjoy this? You know what I do remember?
Oh, here we go.
My 901 week last week.
How to change my will.
All right, so Chris and Phil have the Stillwater Pioneers. Not really a close one. I got close. I got 34-20. I got 2 touchdowns. Yeah. I don't think that's close in this type of a ball game, so we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Booker T.
And here we go. The game of the week in the state of Oklahoma. We have broadcast duties on Thursday night. We are open Friday night, and we will be inside.
Oh, boy.
Del City, Oklahoma, as the Mcalester Buffaloes 4-0
Eagle Stadium
take on the Del City Eagles 4-0. Del City, a 6A2 powerhouse from a year ago. They're in 5A. They are the High School Huddle #1 ranked team. Mcalester Buffaloes. The Mcalester Buffaloes, undefeated. Last year in the state championship game, one of the best athletes in the state of Oklahoma, Eric McCarty. Phil has him as the #1 athlete in Class 5A football. There's 2 guys on the other side of the field that will have an argument with that in Thomas and Foreman. It is a big-time matchup, and a lot of people think this could be a state championship. It could be a state championship-type game.
Yeah.
Mcalester, Eric McCarty, 332 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns. Been limited.
Haven't used him a lot.
Haven't
used him a lot.
Yep.
Del City, Kansas quarterback Kenanjo Thomas, 9 catches, 271 yards, 6 touchdowns, plus 2 interceptions. So he plays defense, okay. OSU defensive lineman commit Jaden Foreman has 3 sacks. He also plays defense. Ronnie, you get the first one here. By the way, this is the second meeting between these 2 programs. Del City got routed in 2014, 56-8. That's when Mcalester was really, really good. Then they went really, really down.
Yeah.
Now they're really, really back up here.
Yeah, no doubt.
So here we go. It is a marquee matchup for 5A football. Ronnie, you are on the clock.
This is the best game, and I mean, again, Jinx Union. Okay, I get all that stuff, but this right here is going to be a big time matchup. Yeah. And again, for me, it's how does Mcalester utilize Eric McCarty? Okay, last year we saw him blocking punts. We saw him from the safety position making interceptions, going in, stopping the run. Running back, getting 200 yards a game. How will they use McCarty when the game is on the line? Is he going to be both sides? What does Forrest Mazey have in store for Eric McCarty and the Buffaloes as far as that side of it goes? Del City, I picked him to win the state championship in the beginning of the year. They have studs everywhere. Last week, their defense had 4 turnovers, just blew away that game, and therefore I have Del City winning this game. Close early, turns to be a little bit sloppy at the end. I got 35-21 Del City.
35-21 Del City over the Buffaloes in the game of the week. Phil, you are on the clock.
Well,
the president of the McCarty fan club.
I'm shameless when I say it. I think he is absolutely the best player in 5A. I think you can make an argument that he is absolutely one of the top 5 players in the entire state of Oklahoma. We saw him last year in the state title game before he turned up injured.
And quarterfinals.
We saw him in the quarterfinals we saw him both up close and personal, but this kid's special. McCarty's special.
Yeah, he's good.
You know, he just looks different. Pre-game, he looks different. Just watching the way he bounces around.
Social media, weightlifting.
He's got all this energy to him, right? I mean, he is, without question, the leader of the Buffalo program.
No doubt.
Without question. I've always said if you have the best player in a game's close, you go with the best player, right? Mm-hmm. Del City wins. They have the two best players.
That hurts you, don't it?
Yeah, because I want to adopt the kid. If anything falls apart house, I mean, he's got a home with me. I mean, I love everything about this kid. I just think he's fabulous. OU commit, you know. I mean, he's
great kid too.
He's just the real deal, guys. He's the real deal. Del City, though, top to bottom, depth. You know, McCarty doesn't have that crew he had last year surrounding him. A lot of kids graduated. Now, I will say, I think Mcalester coach, I don't think he'll be able to keep himself from utilizing McCarty as much as possible. He wants to. He's a coach that it appears lives for these kind of games, high visibility games. So I think you can see McCarty touch the ball a bunch tomorrow or Friday night, and you know he's going to be active on special teams. But I just think Del City's too much.
Score?
I think Del City wins 35-14.
Oh,
three touchdowns.
I really do. I think Del City depth, top to bottom, is just it's so superior.
Your state championship team as well.
So superior to anybody else in 5A.
They're very, very good. And somebody proves otherwise.
They come out and they have one of those games, and it could happen. We've seen it. Yeah. Great teams turn the ball over 4 or 5 times. You know, maybe a kid gets banged up and has to leave. You know, I mean, anything could affect it. But I just think top to bottom, Del City's just better than everybody in 5A, boys.
You guys said everything perfect. I don't have to add any more to what you guys got. I got Del City winning as well. I think a close one, 27-21. A lot of respect for McCarty to keep that one close. And if there was anybody to beat Del City in 5A this year, it would be Mcalester.
Yes.
And, again, this could be a state championship rematch. I mean, we can see this come December in Edmond as well. District 5A3, these two clubs in there, along with Coweta, will be a fun district, and this one will go a long way for that district standing. Both teams could still very well be playoff teams, host first-round playoff games. I think Del City just a little too much. And we mentioned Foreman and Thomas, but they have athletes everywhere. And we said it multiple times. If Del City was in 6A2, they'd probably be my number 1 ranked team there as well. Yeah. So I got Del City winning in a close one though, 27-21.
If Mcalester happens to pull this off, you're going to see an amazing game by McCarty, and you're gonna be like, okay.
Well,
if you don't know him now, you'll know him after this game. If Mcalester pulls this game off,
the winner of this game is number 1 in the ranking. Right?
Yes. And I got to say this. Remember that state title game last year where Mcalester played the eventual state champions, Collinsville. Collinsville, top to bottom, when you looked at everybody, had the better team.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, if McCarty doesn't get hurt,
late third quarter.
If he doesn't get hurt, I think they're the defending state champions because that kid, remember in the first half, he had 200 starts rushing. He was averaging almost 12 yards a carry, and he had like 11 tackles.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid is a freak of nature. He is a freak of nature. And so it could happen, guys. I just think when it comes down to it, if they protect the ball, if Del City doesn't turn the ball over, I think you'll see McCarty put up yards, especially if they utilize him. I think he'll put up yards, but I think listen, it's one against a bunch. Not that McAlester doesn't have other great kids. They do. They're well coached. They're going to do all those things. But I'm telling you, high school football is about the Jimmies and the Joes. I mean, it is when you get two good teams, it's going to come down to who has more cats on their side of the ball, and Del City has more cats than anybody in 5A.
It will be a fun one to watch, and we will be there to take that one in. As
where are we eating before we go?
I don't know. We got to find the location of that. So
salad probably for me.
All right, those are the games of the week. That'll do it for the show this week. We got a good little mixture of picks. It'll be fun. That's always fun.
Somebody's going to be a definite winner, and we're going to have a definite loser.
Yeah,
next week.
I think so.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good week.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
All right. Big thank you to Generations Church, our title sponsor of the High School Huddle. Big thank you to all of our great sponsors as well. You've seen them throughout the broadcast. We appreciate you checking us out as well on Guthrough News Page Facebook and or Second Banana Media YouTube. Just go there on YouTube, search Second Banana Media or the High School Huddle, like, subscribe, and watch the replay, all that good stuff. That'll do it for Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols. I'm Chris Evans. This has been the High School Huddle. Best of luck to your teams this week.